Hi Cancer, welcome back to the Guiding Chariot and welcome to your new weekly reading. We're going to jump right into this. As always, house rules still apply. This is going to be a general reading for all Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Cross watchers, you are also welcome. Feel free to reverse the roles if you need to. Only thing I ask is that you keep these messages, or take these messages as they resonate. I just woke up, so if I feel like I'm moving at half speed, it's probably because I am. But yes, take the messages that resonate and connect with you. Everything else just leave on the table. They're meant for somebody else. Alright, my lovelies. What messages do we have for Cancer? There's one. We're going to get a few of the oracle cards out. And of course we'll clarify with the tarot, and then we're going to do something a little fun at the end. I feel like that's enough. And then there they are. Alright, Cancer, let me move that guy out of the way. Lovely. So first thing that came out was free spirit. This is our jumper. Literally wanting to be free. So Cancer, things feeling much lighter. You may be performing in your authenticity, expressing yourself fully. Some of you might even be trying some new things. We also have the gentleness card here. This card always gives me like notions or connections to the strength card in tarot, because you see this really strong masculine guy on the gentleness card. So it's not about being weak or being mild or being timid. That was interesting. Okay, we're gonna come back to that. let me finish my thought real fast. So it's not about being weak and timid. It's about recognizing your strength, recognizing your power, and owning it, and using that to fuel your confidence. It's not about knowing you're strong and then being a bully and being assertive and dominant and all of that. It's just do what you normally do, continue how you would normally live life, but also know the power that you have, know the strength that you have, and have confidence in yourself. The thing that came to me while I had my little moment, for some of you out there, I'm be real interested in what happens when we get into the cards. This made me think of a partner, and honestly I would say this would be a future partner. If any of you resonate with that and you're in a relationship, I don't necessarily think it's talking about someone you're already or currently in union with, but I had the feeling of a very strong, possibly a divine masculine. Doesn't have to be a man, just throwing it out there, but a masculine energy. So the strong, I'm gonna take care of you type, that is characterized by gentleness. So someone who embodies, protection and strength, and I almost want to say will, if not the name will, but has a strong, willpower and things like that. Really determined, things like that. But doesn't use it to get a leg over anyone, doesn't manipulate situations by using brute strength and things like that. So still a gentle, nurturing force that does possess a lot of strength. So that's going to be a little interesting for some of you out there. And then last card, dreaming. So this dreaming card to me makes me think of this new moon coming up. And if you haven't seen the Chariot chats that I posted yesterday, definitely check it out, because I talk about this new moon, and we'll talk about it a little more in this video as well. But to me, this dreaming is really connected to this moon. This is you making wishes, setting intentions. You don't necessarily have to work with moon cycles, but this is your manifestations. You doing this in your subconscious space is what I'm getting off of this. For some of you, you may be getting dreams, but to me, it's the act of dreaming. So I think you're sending more messages out in the dream space than you're receiving, but for some of you, you may be receiving downloads through your dreams. So if you are having really vivid dreams this week, or even since the beginning of this month, it might be super beneficial to kind of sit with that and think about what they mean to you. might be a great time to start a dream journal as well. Again, that's if you're already experiencing really vivid dreams. All right, Cancers. Oh, that's way too many cards. Oh, we're gonna take them. We're gonna take them. I literally was gonna put it back and I was like, stop, take those cards. So we will take them. All right. Okay, since we've got 6, let's get our last 3 and then let's get our last row and then we'll talk about them. I will say, looking at this already, this is going to be an interesting month, Cancer. Well, first you got lots to say, and now you're gonna hold back. Do you want us to talk about it first? Okay, fine. We'll talk about it first. They're like, no, you're gonna do it our way. All right. Okay, let's do this then, so you can see them all. So first row. Actually, I feel like we're gonna read this, and I want to read this down. We'll do it both ways. We'll get the full picture of it. So starting off with the Knight of Pentacles, beautiful card, right? Especially coming out under the Free Spirit. And if we put that with the Six of Cups, we get a clearer picture of kind of what is coming towards us as we move through this month, Cancer. So Knight of Pentacles, forward progress, slow, calculated, maybe being a little cautious, but making steady progress. We're really focused on our goals, on our dreams, on what we're trying to manifest. So kudos to you. Very, very good. This Six of Cups, I think, is incredibly helpful because the Six of Cups is opening back into flow. So a lot of times when you see the Six of Cups, it can speak to nostalgia and going into the past, right? For sure. For some of you, someone from your past might be returning, especially if this is someone that you have, romantic feelings for. I would say this is someone where, if that's the case, this is someone you remember fondly. Like this is someone that, you wish it didn't end, or you wish, you guys didn't have to separate or something. So some of you might be coming back into union with someone. But the Six of Cups here, really, to me, what's coming through the strongest is this, like, more positive outlook. Like, when we tend to look back at our memories, like, you can kind of see this guy and this dog in the image. It's a happy memory, right? It's colored in a very positive light. And I kind of feel like that's how you're seeing things at the moment, Cancer. Things are looking really positive. You're feeling really positive. This coming out under the Free Spirit card as well. Adding to this sense of freedom and light and happiness and joy. And we like all of those things. And that's making this Knight of Pentacles, it's making the road a lot smoother and a lot more enjoyable. It's a lot more peaceful. So smooth progress for sure through this month. No matter what we're manifesting here, whether this is work or romance, anything like that. So that is looking very, very good. To continue on this relationship moment, underneath the gentleness card that I told you we had that kind of connection to, that really strong but gentle force, we have the Lovers and the Queen of Cups. So Lovers, obviously, if we take it, literally, we could definitely be talking about a divine union, a counterpart. Queen of Cups, I feel like, is you, Cancer. This is you, because it makes sense with the Knight of Pentacles. Might be a little guarded, especially emotionally. Some of us, maybe we had a weird relationship that we're coming out of, or we've just had like setbacks or disappointments in love, whether we're in union or not. That's just made us a little more reserved. We're protecting our space, and not in a defensive way, not like, at least I would hope not, but I don't feel this as an energy like we've been hurt and, we're not going to let someone else hurt us again, so we're just walling up in our shell. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like these experiences have really shown you what's important, especially coming up under the gentleness card, and I talked about having that sense of security and strong self-confidence and kind of just owning it and doing what you naturally would do. So me, this Queen of Cups is, yes, it's still reserved and protected, but it's because she knows her value. So it's not that I'm keeping out those who would hurt me, even though you are, but that's not the goal. The goal is to preserve, her happiness and her safe space, right? So I almost want to say it's like you're saving yourself for the ones that are worthy to be let in, right? We're not just letting in anybody, right? This is what we're waiting for, right? So again, super, super positive. And having the Queen of Cups show up in the exact center, or it will be the center once we get this last row out, that tells me this focus is on you, whether this is you focusing on you and your happiness and your needs, or we're calling in someone who literally is focused on you. It's going to be all about you, which makes sense with this kind of protective, strong energy. This person wants to nurture and care for you and keep you safe, right? And I make that sound so like caveman days, like he's got to defend you from a saber tooth or something. Like, it's not like that, but it's that energy, right? Someone who's really invested in this relationship and in making you happy. All right, so we definitely love that. Then under dreaming makes perfect sense. So we have the Three of Wands as well as the Magician card. To me, this is almost kind of getting your dreams in the physical, right? Because the Three of Wands is an energy of, in a way, receiving, right? You can kind of see things starting to come in. You're starting to see the physical representation of what you've been waiting for. It's kind of the arrival, so to speak. And then the Magician, this is you controlling the elements. That is you as a major manifester. And again, having this under dreaming, I feel like this is happening in your subconscious. So it's not something you have to consciously be thinking about, constantly going over and analyzing. And that's honestly not the best way to manifest anyway. It's almost kind of better when you can make the wish and then completely forget it, right? Doesn't mean you're not acting on it, doesn't mean you're not doing anything about it, but it's not something that is top of mind every moment of every day. You kind of, if it is something you're working on, or you're doing tasks that are involved, like in the moment, of course, you're in the moment, you're doing your thing, but it's not something you're constantly like, oh, I wish I had this, I want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that. It's gonna happen, let it be. The best way I've ever heard it described was through a friend of mine, and we were talking about manifesting and having this wish come true, and I'm using this because this is literally how she did it to me. She handed me something and told me to hold it, and making a wish is kind of like having something precious and then handing it over to the divine, like, here, this is what I want to happen, you take care of this. But constantly thinking about it and going over it is kind of like, yeah, take the thing, take it, and you're like gripping it so hard. You're like, no, go ahead, no, you can totally have it, no, I promise, go ahead, take it, versus actually releasing and letting them take that wish, right? So that's kind of what I feel is going on here. But the great thing is you've let it go, right? Like it's something that's important, something you want, it's something you're dreaming of, but you have been able to release it, and you're like, you know what, however this comes, when it's meant to come, like, I'm cool with that. I'm so cool with that. Whatever fits the big picture, do that. Go with that energy. So I think that is great. And because you were able to do that, now it's starting to return. You sent it out, they did what they needed to do. The universe, took that little seed and grew it into a nice, beautiful, abundant, whatever it is. And now it's going to be yours. All right, Spirit, can I get one more, please? Oh, almost. There it is. Thank you very much. And look at that bottom of the deck right now, the Sun card. Yes. Okay, 3 majors coming out. So we've got the Justice card first. This is karmic balance, right? So this to me is really you getting your just rewards, right? For all the work, all the time spent, it's coming in. Balance is going to be rewarded. And honestly, even in this, if we just isolate this one row, having Justice come out underneath the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. Let me make this a little more even. There we go. Just this calm mode, and actually even with the Free Spirit card, this to me is like you being authentic, you just following your heart, following your passions, doing what feels right, and really allowing yourself to stay in that flow. And that's what's creating this karmic reward, right? Because you've kind of just been following your intuition, doing what was right, doing what needed to be done, serving yourself first, right? Because when we choose to listen to ourselves, we are serving ourselves first, and that's a good thing. We want to do that. So this feels very, very balanced and very even and very in flow. And again, all those rewards are now starting to flow to you. Then we have this Temperance card here. So it is the card for Sagittarius. So we could have a couple people in here. We've got Sag here, we've got Libra, we've got Gemini with the Lovers card. We mentioned the Strength card, which could be a Leo up in gentleness. This Temperance card is about divine timing, and it is has a air of like having to be patient, right? But I think you're already there. Like I literally think you're already there, because I don't feel this energy of force, if that makes sense. Like this energy really just feels like it's flowing. So to me, you're already in this Temperance vibe where you're like, things are going to happen when they happen. I know things are happening behind the scenes. I know things are working out. So right now I'm taking this moment to do me, do what feels right, do what feels good. I'm kind of just enjoying life right now. And I think I honestly think that's the best thing you could be doing right now, Cancer. Especially with that Gentleness card, because that also shows what I just described as you being gentle to yourself, right? Listening to your body, listening to what you need, maybe that means you're resting a little bit more. Maybe that means you're indulging a little bit more. Maybe you're taking advantage of some downtime. Or you're working on projects that really make you happy, or pursuing things that, you're really excited about. All those things fall under that, right? It's a very self-lovey vibe, which I'm kind of really into for us, my lovely Cancers. And then last thing out, we have the Wheel. Again, this is just emphasizing that manifestations are coming in. Because remember, as the wheel turns, funky stuff falls away and good stuff falls or starts to move towards us. That's literally what is happening with this Three of Wands. So even on a larger scale, things are changing. There are shifts going on for you. And it's having this fall under the Magician. It's all related to these dreams you're putting out. So it's almost kind of like you, because actually even like, look, if I just have the cards on top of each other, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see these like two like energy waves coming from the Magician's hands, and then it almost mirrors the like energy patterns on the figure on the wheel. So it's like you are influencing how this wheel is turning right now. You don't get to turn the wheel, that's the universe's job, but literally your influence is making that happen. And I talked about you being in the center of this spread with the Queen of Cups. You can see those same energy waves. So it's almost like these are coming up from you to the Magician, which is affecting how the wheel turns. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I really like that for you, Cancer. If we just take, yeah. See, like this is just you. Yes. Okay. We're going to go through these really fast. I don't want to take too much time and just like wham through all of these, but we saw the Sun already. So positive life, bringing light to a situation. And what are we lighting up? These feelings of hurt and sadness and loss, regret, confusion. But Six of Swords, things are starting to move forward. Things are getting easier as we follow our passions here with the Knight of Wands and put in the required work here with the I picked up too many cards, with the Eight of Pentacles. And ultimately we sit here as the Queen of Wands, a magnet for all of our manifestations. So again, kind of mirroring that same passage. Everything you've gone through in the past that made you push through, and that's where this Knight of Pentacles is. I'm moving forward. I don't want this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. And I would even add that you're free from all of that, since we started with that Free Spirit card. So that truly is in your past. And the Six of Swords is speaking to this journey forward, moving away from all of that into abundance as these manifestations are rolling in. Amazing, Cancer. I love this. It's such an easy read. Like, it really is. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but literally this reading it's just flowing, it's just simple. Things are just kind of moving forward, Cancer. There's not a whole lot of, I don't get a lot of like peaks and valleys. Like it just feels like it's just a steady roll through, which is, it's nice sometimes not to have to deal with big excitements and then big drops, and we can just enjoy. I feel like meditating to stay in that vibe this month will be really good for you, Cancer. Just to kind of keep yourself kind of centered. Whoa. I'm going to take that. And what a good card it is. Did I not tell you it's coming? Fruition. It's happening. So all those projects that you dreamed of, all those wishes that you made, coming true. Like they're literally coming true. You're going to start to see the physical manifestations of these dreams, of these goals, all of it. Oh, love that. And look, even this is the card for the harvest moon. Cancer, it's harvest season. I love it. I love it. Let me just add, because I wanted to pull one final card for the new moon coming up that will be in Pisces, so in your, water sister sign. This moon, I talk a little bit more about it in the Chariot chat, so please check that out if you haven't. But this moon is making so many beautiful aspects with Pluto and Venus. All the wishes and intentions set on this new moon are going to have a bunch of extra oomph behind them. So this is a great time to really set some beautiful intentions. And they can be about anything. This moon is under Pisces, so great to do any intentions that have to do with your own spiritual journey, your own spiritual path. But because of its influence with Neptune, dream big, like really romanticize what your future is going to look like. Dream very, very big. Because again, this moon has a lot of oomph and power behind it. So the bigger you dream, the more support you're going to have for it. Okay? All right, my lovely Cancers. I'm going to wrap up your reading there. As always, I'm sending you so much love and gratitude for everything you do for me and supporting the channel. I ask that you continue to help me to grow this channel by liking the video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how it resonated. That's always the most important for me. If you're new, welcome. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when your next round of videos pops up. I will be gone this weekend. I'm doing a little traveling. I will be back next week, so videos will be back next week as normal. But because of that, I'm trying to churn these videos out as fast as I can before I leave, so no one has to wait for me to come back. But I am going to take probably a couple decks with me and post while I'm away. So if you want to keep in touch with me there, or at least keep getting some guidance, make sure you follow me on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. You can message me there as well. But with that said, I love you guys, Cancer. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in your next video. Bye.